from New Gamer Nation here. I'm with Fred from 3D Realm Studios. We just looked at Bombshell. It features a bombshell. And it is the exact opposite of everything I remember from a 3D game, or a game from your studio, right? We got a big, super muscle-bound jock. Now we've got a lean, quick female protagonist with an isometric view. So tell us a little bit about Bombshell and what was the thought process behind it.
So Bombshell was originally conceived as an idea back in '96. It was going to be the next new IP from 3D Realms after Duke Nukem. And it was kind of put on hold for quite some time. When we acquired 3D Realms, we wanted to do a new game with a female protagonist, and we were looking back in the archives of what had 3D Realms done before and what was upcoming back then. And the Bombshell IP was never really developed into anything, except that it was a female protagonist and was called Bombshell. And we kind of felt that our hero was a bomb disposal expert. It was just a perfect fit for the name. So the only thing it has in common with the old 3D Realms Bombshell back then is the name. So that's basically the idea behind it. We wanted to make a game with a really, really great, strong female lead who lost her arm doing something called the Washington Incident. She got her arm replaced by an alien arm that she calls Amiga. It has its own AI. And with this arm, she takes on the villain in the game, Jedis Haskell, and hunts him down throughout the galaxy, trying to solve this ancient mystery and save the Earth from the alien threat. So a very interesting story.
That's hardcore. That arm is no joke. I noticed that she has some like special powers, and I'm sure there's going to be more as the game progresses. You talk a little bit about some of them, like the punch? And
Definitely. So the arm has 8 upgradable weapon modes. So the 8 weapons each has its own tech tree with 10 levels. Each level upgrades the weapon to allow for new fire modes, new secondary fire modes, and so on. The arm also has 4 primary abilities that you unlock when you level up. The 4 abilities is something called the Power Slide. You have the Mighty Punch, the Bubble Shield, and then you have something called the Power Sword. Each of these abilities also have their own tech trees that they can upgrade with multiple abilities and so on. So a great example is the Mighty Punch. The Mighty Punch, when you you unlock that in level 2, once that's unlocked, you can do this extremely powerful punch that makes enemies fly back. Later on in the game, the more you upgrade and spend your skill points on the Mighty Punch, you'll be able to slow down time while aiming for enemies. You'll be able to do a double punch that creates an impact and then an impact after it and so on. You'll be able to upgrade the Power Slide to basically teleport through enemies and telefrag them and so on. A lot of cool upgrades.
That's cool. So what was the idea behind switching to an isometric view? Because that is completely different.
Yeah. So basically, when we finished Rise of the Triad in 2013, and we knew we always wanted to do another first-person shooter, but we also wanted to kind of challenge ourselves into something we haven't done before, unknown territory. And none of us have ever done or worked with an isometric action RPG. Quite frankly, we're not experienced in the RPG field. We're first-person shooter experts. That's what we've been doing. So it gave us a brand new angle, and we thought it would be really fun to create a game in a different genre using our angle from the Twitch first-person shooter genre. So with that in mind, when we started designing the game, designing the control scheme, the way she moves, the way you use your abilities and weapons, they were all designed with the mind of a first-person shooter, but seen from an isometric perspective. So it's a really, really unique game. It feels extremely fast to play. The Twitch control scheme is definitely there that you're used to from games like Quake and Duke Nukem and so on.
The fast action Twitch.
Exactly. And then we wanted to do something different where we changed the camera and the perspective according to the situation. So at a point in this demo you guys played, there's you go behind a turret. In this turret section, the game goes into third-person mode, like in Gears of War. So we changed the camera according to the situation in the game, and we wanted a control scheme that was pretty much universal throughout these different modes.
It's very slick. I liked it a lot. And I feel like I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't ask your personal opinion.
Yeah, sure.
With all the wonderful GearBox software issues that have been going on. What's your take on the whole the lawsuit?
Take on the lawsuit. So we've been fighting for more than a year, and honestly, the best thing for Duke is to have a common home. Without a common home, there's not a big future for Duke, and so the outcome, we're pretty happy with it. You know, at least Duke Nukem gets a life. He gets a home now. He has a home, one home, not split between
3 different companies that were working on a game.
You know, two previously married couples that are now in the divorce, and you know, it was just a big mess. It was a big mess back then, and there's no mess anymore. So now Duke Nukem has a future, and we feel the end of this lawsuit now secures Duke a future. That future is with GearBox Software. Our future is with Bombshell. That's what we've been working on for the past 2 years. It's something we're extremely excited about. So I think this is a win for everyone. It's a win for Duke fans, it's a win for 3D Realms fans and GearBox fans.
Excellent. Well, you have very much to be proud of, and I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for coming and checking it out.
All right.